generation to the next generation. It's like a family of leaders. And them don't want to lose position. So they think they have it all made and worked out, you know. So them take the position to be the God of man. Because since we all are gods and goddess, you know, them take the position, say they want to be the higher master after them get the position that they will take away your human rights, and not just your human rights, but all your life with it. They not just take your rights one way, you know. They want everything. Them even set a standard how long you must live. Them set a standard how you must eat, how you must drink, what you're supposed to do and what not supposed to do, where you're supposed to go and when you're supposed to come back or come forward. So the program still not for you, it's for them. Because if it was for you, you learn about your crown chakra, you learn about your what people call your third eye and your fourth. You don't learn about that, say man have more than just two eye. We have so many cells that make up the structure. We have so many nerve center. We have so much about ourselves that 90 them don't teach a little girl how to learn about, you know, the things that most important when time she ready for changes and our body start change. But then we'll teach about how to mess around doing the things what Jah would have put fire upon. And we can learn from the Bible say, yeah, those things was forbidden. Then teach them in class and say no prejudice should be around them because them see benefit towards them because of the material things that them connected to. So if you analyze a whole lot of things, you can see say there's a lot of playing been going on for a long, long, long time. And as time as we become more modernized and you know and start to pay more attention, you realize how long look how long this been going on. You know, these people are stealing our life from us. They are robbing us every living day that God bless and give to us. Every day. And I don't know why them enjoy it so much, but them have a way to make it look like them not really enjoyed it. Them not really enjoy it. But you know, um, it's just natural because of the wages of sin is death. So quote unquote, these inspired man, they've been paying attention for so long that they use even the inspired man to challenge both God and set up both God and Satan. Because they make the dark side look should take blame for all of their wrongs, all of their stupidity. It must be the dark side take blame for it, not them taking blame for it. So to show you how far it's coming from. So instead them would have tell you know say what we come to discover is so and so them say, well, you know, is God. No, after years goes by and now 2000 come and the church feel more things start come out to the light. You know, no, it's a different preaching and different means them going about, you know, messing around with our head and our well-being. You know, see, politics more modernized now. Now them a give you all bits and pieces over there only to take it back over here. Or them give it over here only to take it back over there. So them playing with us in different way. And as we more develop, then them play more. So you see, them have broke it down now that sooner or later you don't even have to think again. Because the less you have to think about, you will become less smarter. And as you become more smarter, it's too challengeable for them. So this is why the machine and the space age world are slowly and gradually putting in place just for the future that they can have more way with us as human beings. But when we gonna wake up as a nation and as people, you know, when we gonna wake up, how long we gonna allow these things to happen? Because I will say it again, we don't have to fight with no one. We don't have to fight on one another over this, you know. Because killing who even set us up for these things to happen. If we do not clean it up in unity, what's gonna happen? We're gonna put some other figurehead there which gonna come up with either more barbarous strategy, yes, or they're gonna come up with something which we think is so great. But if we all should put the hands and heart together and really work the thing in our favor, then the people what would have put in place, their children, likewise ours, would have more benefit. Because it's not, as they have a thing to say, I was brought up on this, two head is better than one. So if we all could put hands and heart together and sat down, you know, and relate to these things that happening and to how we would like to shape the world for a better world. We wouldn't have to worry about God and Satan anymore, you know. We'd worry about our action. We'd be concerned about our decision. We'd concern about our well-being, how much and how long can really one live for. So if I can live, or you can live 5, 6, 7, 800, 1,000 years or even more, we really do not get the chance to know these things. Because them already tell you the world is overpopulated. So the war is kind of normal to, you know, to decrease the race. You see what I say? The gang and the whole Babylonian system is normal, you know, because they want to decrease the race. Yet we're not as enough as the sun and the seashore. The land space is there. We can even use the ocean. So what bother them really is how much them want to be in control. So them set up the concrete jungle. So it's no accident these concrete jungle. It's no accident about gangster. It's no accident about good cop, bad cop. It's no accident that one war gone and them say it shouldn't be another and there's another and them still say there shouldn't be another and there's another and them still say it shouldn't be another and then continue multiply. And each war must be more cool and crucial more than the one before. So may I say. So them playing with us in a way where if we look into ourselves big and serious, it's a problem. A big one. So if education is the key to life for betterment, and you education fanatic, what stretching the mind so far out, yeah, to reach out and conquer and rule with iron hand and iron thought, that iron out the people that help to get there, help to survive, help they are the one who put the food on the table, they are the one who clean in the house, they are the one who do everything for and still set them up that they must fall apart. Because you tell yourself, if you what is the have out of these people are gonna die, you set them up that they must even die before you. For you can pay for any disease that challenge you. You can pay to, as long as there's a cure out there, you can pay for it. But the majority must not able to cure themselves if certain things should approach them. And the little help what you put in place through your system them, where you implement, they are not too beneficial. Because when you go there, you cannot, in these entities, you do not get much moral support. You'd have to wait forever, or one whole heap of barbarous little stupidness take place where you use and abuse, and or you give them some things where later on it suck them out or destroy them faster than Jared for them. So it's a lot of things that go on with it, it's just too much. It's just too much. So how long we gonna allow all these things, my people? Ask yourself, man. There's a lot of things we need to all pay attention to. Not I paying attention. Not a few should pay attention. We all need to pay attention to these things. So may I say, it was not Marcus Garvey thing, it was not Dr. Martin Luther King alone, it was not Malcolm X thing, it was not a Sam Shaft thing or a Nani thing, it was not a Mandela thing or Selassie thing, or it's not a one man thing, it was a Mohammed thing, it was not a Gandhi thing. We all are a part of this. So internationally, globally, we should make some people fight, die for these cars. And these cars, when time them implement upon us, till someone rise and take it to the forefront before you start acknowledge it. Yet are you they happen to, and you do not want to speak up against it until somebody either gonna put them life on the line, or them gonna speak. And then when you see things get out of hand and really the truth start to, and then may put that person through all kind of manner of evil, then you may try to give some moral support. It shouldn't reach that far. We all can identify if somebody juke out the next one eye. You realize the man is trying to blind the man, or the man blind the man. So why we should have wait till him blind the man and we see the blade or whatever he gonna use to juke out the other one eye come in, and we see it ahead of time. But because it's not your individual eye, then it does not become a concern to you till your eye set up and you see too many people that you associated with, to eyes set up, to be juked out to, then all of a sudden become a big concern. This is human being. For century we are like that. Through history we are like that, and it can be changed because we are more modernized. We are more. We need to be more conscious and aware. Everything is that more we hand reach more than ever before in history. So we can change a lot of things. You don't have to, just because it's not happened to you, it's not your concern. It's your concern. For what happened to I today can happen to you or somebody close to you or somebody far away from you, but you happen to know, and you watch it gradually creeping up. And I watch Sense of Man on Earth. I watch a whole lot of things start with one or a few people. I watch it spread its wing as time goes by. I notice when the problem always getting closer, when you see touch a middle, then the rich start to concern. And when you see touch the rich, then everybody should concern. So who is the rich? What make the rich so different from the peasant or the middle? What make them so different? They were exceptionally created by God to send on earth to be this person. No. If you work hard and how you go about your life, or the love of the Almighty shower down blessing upon your family, or how something happened for you and you go about utilize the power of that energy wisely, anyone can become rich. So not everybody really have to bond with a gold spoon to become rich. But a lot of people work them way up to be rich. So rich people is no special people about being rich. God now, them can't bribe God to go to heaven through you're rich. If there's a heaven waiting for all of us, there's nobody can bribe God to go there. You see what I mean? You have to work like everyone else, do the right thing to go there. You can't say because I have money, I am a rich man. Him say before, you know, the poor man stand a chance to enter the kingdom of heaven more than a rich man. And I'm say it's inside the Bible. So when him say before one of him word pass heaven and earth shall, bust up and crash. All that in the Bible. Now we see where a lot of people don't really care as before about the Bible. There's a lot of white people, if you ask them if they are read the Bible, some of them even ignore them. Tell the point they went to church, they were Catholic or them are this and that, but them don't read the Bible. Them have no interest in the Bible. When I was growing up, everybody have interest in the Bible. I think black people until today have more interest in the Bible more than in their own well-being. I think black people love God more than love themselves, not to realize that we all are God and goddess. It's not because a guy hold a position into society are empowered by the peasant and the middle class that them get that all that power, that makes them a god. No, we all are gods and goddess. We were created all out of his light, out of his what people call image. I say out of his light. We were created out of his light. Not out of just our light, but out of his light. So if we were created out of his light, so why we shouldn't respect our light? Because to go unto him, first we have to acknowledge who we are. Because we can't see one another, we can't see him. So you have to love God and you love your fellow brother and sister. All that is something for you and I to pay attention to. We can't love something we can't see. And we have no respect for one another. So why we should have wait for the problem, them they knock on our door, or before we are concerned? Why Dr. Martin Luther King, when he was around doing him thing in America, and so many others, when them around doing them thing, you don't give them much. One and few of them get, much credit where someone can say, yes, there's a lot of people who did sometime much more than some others what get the credit did, but they get no credit for it because they was not in the forefront. But really they are like the strength and the foundation of the thing still. Because without their move and their action, it would not have reached where it reached. But who get the credit? So it's just the same thing. If we work together and stop watch one another, we all can be the kings and queens that we're supposed to be. And the prince them can be the prince and princess that they're supposed to be. Which they are the same one gonna become queen and kings later. So it's not a partial thing. And we need to get out our impartial way of thinking. I can remember some time ago in my community in Jamaica, Antigua Bay. Like 15 years ago when I man I say, man of God. In the community, even Christian people come in my yard, pastor and man there. See, it's still there. Yes, we used to lick out against a man and say, man of God. Then me a blaspheme. You know, man can I want God. No, if him create out of his likeness, my son represent I, and I was created out of his light. That means I represent him. It is the same way when you elect someone to sit in the House of Parliament, he represents us. He's not our leader, he's not our God to mislead us or do as him please. But he is our representative that we put there to lead for us, to take charge and responsibility for us. to make things work for us and himself or herself. You see? So these are a whole lot of things. There's a whole lot of things in the pipeline. And we all know it, you know. It's not that I'm saying something to you what you're not familiar with. Or, you don't have no clue of this possibility. It's not that I'm telling you something which is so not natural. It's not possible to be. It's just that you would have choose for whatever your reason. Just like when I would have said, boy, you know, when I see educated people, how them go about things, you know, I always question it because me I say, if education is such a key and you enjoy, be the person who you are, nothing wrong in going all the way out, being an education fanatic enough where you go, but why you want to be such an education fanatic with no knowledge? You want to go as far as you want to go, but you don't want nobody else to come. And yet no man is on the island, none of us stand alone. What this is all about. You want it all, but I know if you have none at all. What that is all about. Why you are so unscrupulous that you who I help to get there that you hold this position after you study. I know you study alone, what you go study, make you hold a position. You present a talk or a thought to the massive, and the massive respect what them hear, and them for that reason them support your cause. And them expect result because you present things not for you yourself but for all of us. And them see it makes sense at the time. Only to find out by the time you get there everything turn. You become someone else. And you is not for them anymore. You are for the small group of people that you think are influentially like yourself, what have the power of wealth. And those are the one you start to give all the credit to. And the one them what help you to get there, pay the price of just suffer and melt away. So no God they cause all the thing and no Satan neither. And we are cause it, we the people. But the one where you elect and the one where never been elect, but sometimes support the one where elect and help to do the dirty work for him and help to make some impossible and possible things happen. But while there is life, always there is hope. So I and I just hoping one day all this will change. But hope alone won't do it. We have to put hands and heart together for this to be possible. And unity is the biggest problem the system of the world have with human beings. They don't want us to unite. When black and white and our race become one and see themselves as one God, one aim and one unity. Identify yourself with the greater creator. And know say no create I and I to be no slave around here. Create I and I to live free like the bird that fly from tree to tree. But in this time they will tell you the bird not him the bird not safe. I'm not really free for somebody can just decide to pop him out of the sky. Flying going where I'm going. For whatever their reason. Our expectation. Because he can pop the bird and still can't get the bird feed. The bird him can hitch up in a tree and him don't know which tree. You see. Sometimes people kill things and then they have no reason for killing. Then they kill it and then they want it. And just kill because them can't kill. So we do a whole lot of things on earth here what we need to go more in ourselves. We all need to sit down. We all need to just go in our crown, and just start thinking of the crown. Let's make the crown what the Almighty give one and all, you know. Give all of us the crown. Some of us are thinker, some are liver, but we all can help to make, even the one who don't even have the ability to think of certain things. If you sat down with him and really reason up with the brethren or the sister, you realize him have something to, him have an input too. We have something to offer. Maybe even surprise you. Couldn't even see that coming. So you see, we are all great in our own rights if we just give it a chance. This is my opinion to you and yours. Yeah? Rastafari. It's more love and more blessing. One God, one aim, one identity. Love my brother, love my sister. Rastafari.